Is Frost acting as Vegeta's new rival? Originally, the Frieza saga didn't really have much to do with Goku, as the, whole conflict was regarding the Saiyan Prince Vegeta and his pretty much just rebelling against this all-powerful force, and we got to see that in the Namek arc in this really incredible narrative, which I really like. I really like the idea of the Saiyan Prince rivaling and trying to take over Frieza, because that's how the whole conflict started in the Frieza arc, is that he wanted to take over and achieve immortality. I mean, it was originally because he wanted to fight forever, but then Toriyama kind of skewed that and changed it into this whole narrative with Frieza. But anyway, I always thought that Vegeta was Frieza's rival and vice versa. I think in newer material like Dragon Ball Minus, Goku and Frieza have become sort of destined rivals, which I find really weird because Vegeta should be Frieza's rival, but it's just not the case. I mean, Goku didn't really have much to do with the Frieza arc. In all honesty, I mean, I know the Goku versus Frieza fight is iconic and loved by so many fans, but Goku didn't really have anything to do with the conflict, really. I mean, the internal struggle between Vegeta, and Frieza, I mean, not internal, but like, the conflict between Vegeta and Frieza went back, way back into the Saiyan past, but Goku and Frieza didn't really have a rivalry until maybe Resurrection F, when Frieza was revived, and then they kind of try to mold a rivalry between them, and I don't think it works. So then Vegeta is left without a rival, because Goku and Frieza are now rivals apparently, even though it really didn't seem like that in the Namek arc or the Frieza arc, whatever you want to call it. And now Vegeta is left with Frost, which I guess is okay. I mean, it's not too bad, but Frost is just a knockoff Frieza, and I'd rather Vegeta being in more conflict with Frieza. Not because Vegeta is my favorite character. I mean, he is my favorite character, but it just works better from a story point of view. I mean, Vegeta and Frieza have the real conflict here. That was the meat and potatoes of the Namek arc, really. Besides the whole Super Saiyan legend and the Krillin and Gohan getting the Dragon Balls and the whole Vegeta conflict, that was the meat and potatoes of that arc. And it's weird how it kind of is skewed now with Goku and Frieza being rivals. It doesn't make too much sense to me. And Dragon Ball Minus try to build that up because, Bardock was like, you are the only one to, you are the destined one, Goku, or Kakarot, whatever you want to call him, to take down Frieza. So it's kind of a destined battle. They kind of shoehorned that in there just to add a bit more sort of oomph to the Goku versus Frieza fight, even though Goku just appeared at last minute, buried Vegeta, and fought Frieza, and defeated him, and then Trunks killed him later on, and then Frieza got revived, and then they just try to shoehorn this rivalry between Goku and Frieza ever since Resurrection F, really, or Dragon Ball Minus, I guess. But now in Super, they're really pushing the Goku versus Frieza conflict. I mean, the Hell scene with Goku and Frieza, once, when Goku sees Frieza in Hell, they have the dialogue exchange, and don't get me wrong, I really love that scene, and I love the atmosphere and everything, but it just strikes me as odd that Goku is there and not Vegeta. It's almost like Vegeta's getting brushed off to the side and letting Goku steal the show when it comes to Frieza. And there have been people that say that Super is an anti-Goku show, and I don't really see why, because they're letting Goku have this main conflict with Frieza, and it never really was like that in the original Z series. All of the conflict was built on Frieza's relationship with the Saiyans, not necessarily Bardock or Goku, but just the Saiyan race in general. And the main representative of the Saiyans now is Vegeta, because he's the prince. I mean, you can argue Goku, but the main representative, the one that shares all of that pride, or did share all of that pride, was Vegeta. So why is he getting shit-canned while Goku and Frieza maintain their rivalry? It doesn't make any sense, in my opinion. I mean, it makes sense from a business standpoint. Goku and Frieza, I mean, that'll sell, but it's just a little weird from a story point of view, and Vegeta getting stuck with Frost. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I kind of dig that, like, Vegeta just knocks out Frost in one punch in the Universe 6 arc. I think that was really cool. And, yeah, like, so, I'm mixed on it. I don't think it makes sense, too much sense at least, from a story point of view, but just to see Vegeta knock out, you know, someone that's kind of sort of similar to Frieza is pretty satisfying to me. But it's just weird that it isn't Frieza himself. But from a business perspective, I can see it because, you know, the headline Goku versus Frieza will sell. So, yeah, that's evident with Resurrection F and all of the Dragon Ball Super episodes relating to Frieza, besides the Resurrection F arc, because they're just remaking, well, the Resurrection F movie that came out, like, months prior. But anyway, it's so interesting. Why is there so much Goku versus Frieza and not Vegeta? That's just what I don't get. Again, I like the Goku versus Frieza stuff. I want it to be there, but I want there to be a balance, you know? I just find it, you know, kind of weird. They just kind of negate Vegeta's sort of relationship with Frieza and just replaced it with Goku. It's just a little strange. But Vegeta versus Frost is better than absolutely nothing at all. So, should I complain? Maybe not. But, you know, what's done is done, I guess. So what do you think, guys? Do you think that Vegeta versus Frost should stay and blossom into a further rivalry? Or should Vegeta versus Frieza be a thing, and actually we should see that in the Tournament of Power at some point? Maybe Frieza tries to betray the Universe 7 team, and then Vegeta steps in and just they fight and, you know, get on a massive battle. Or should it just be Goku and Frieza, because that's what sells? Who knows? I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section down below. I really want to hear what you guys have to say on this matter, because this is what I've been mulling over in my head since Dragon Ball Super episode 107, because Vegeta and Frost have sort of chemistry in that episode. They sort of talk back and forth, and it's really entertaining because Ryo Horikawa and Ryusei Nakao, they absolutely make scenes together. Like, they're fantastic voice actors, but it's just a little weird that Goku and Frieza are in sort of the highlight, while Vegeta and Frost are sort of together as well, you know. But anyway, see you later.